This guy came up on my radar when he had Hassan on his show, and he was just like, yeah, everybody knows Ethan Klein is like thinks the Jews are more entitled to the land, and he's like a Jewish supremacist. And I was like, bro, what the?
Never said that.
Of course not. And then I found out that this guy works for Good Mythical Morning, the most family-friendly show on the internet. And I'm like, listen, I like Rhett and Link. They should know that they're working with this brand risk guy who had bad empanada.
Yeah.
And laughed with bad empanada about how the Holocaust was nothing special. Here is some of my takes on him, and I'll show you some of the clips. Do Rhett and Link know that Matt Lieb conducted an interview with bad empanada? I mean, that alone should be career ending. At least in terms of like working with Rhett and Link. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't get to talk to somebody like bad empanada and then continue on to have like a mainstream job. I'm sorry. It's like, he's that fucking insane. And everybody knows it. That's the thing. Everybody knew it. Before October 7th, everybody knew it. Hassan used to rant about how he's never going to have bad empanada on his show because he's fucking insane. Because he has a ton of Reddit accounts and he harasses and doxes people and he's out of his mind. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden, everybody's bringing bad empanada on the show. Isn't that fucking interesting? So there's that one. Here it is from, I think this was just from 2 days ago. Here's Matty Boy sitting tableside with these two friends. These guys are so family dang friendly, man. Just look at them. Look how wholesome, and they're just handsome and they're tall, and they've never had a controversial thought. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And here's Matt Lieb stinking up the place, being like, "Oh, actually, Rhett and Link, the Holocaust was nothing special." Let's hear from Bad Empanada, the violent, psychotic, fucking anti-Semite who fantasizes about killing Ethan and Hila in a video game on camera that he was suspended for 7 days for. Matt Lieb interviewed him after that happened, by the way. Let's continue on, shall we? Matt Lieb is also a contributor to H3-Snark.
Yeah.
This is like a grown-ass man who's like a respected member of this community, works for Good Mythical Morning, and he's browsing H3-Snark. Can we please?
Well, not just browsing, but participating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, participating.
Yeah.
And in the old one and the new one. He's saying, I love you. This was a post of someone saying, like, I'm unsubbing from the H3 podcast, and I'm subbing to Matt Lieb. What was that from when... the first time we spoke about Matt Lieb, that he responded to me. Anywho, that was from the old one, and then he's back in the new one. This was a recent screenshot, so this happened a day or two ago. He's commenting in here. So,
I think he interviewed Frogan, and we talked about.
Oh,
that
Frogan!
maybe?
It was with Frogan.
Maybe.
And he was accusing me of obsessing over like Arab
the tier list, I think.
He was
after
defending the tier list.
Yeah.
And Matt Lieb is one of these guys who's like, he's Jewish. And he loves that because he allows himself to be tokenized to the max.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a privileged POV to be like, I'm an American Jew, and I don't have, and I've never known or had a need for anybody that's ever had to like been forcibly removed from their homes in the Middle East and had nowhere to go. So I'm going to sit here and judge Israelis and be like, I'm the token good Jew. He's on the approved list of good Jews that Hassan wants me to talk to. You really got to talk to this guy, Matt Lieb. I mean, dude, as a Jewish guy, how are you going to sit across from Bad Empanada or Frogan and be like, it's cool. The Sabra tier list is awesome. I'm going to totally co-sign everything. It wasn't anti-Semitic at all. Bad Empanada hates Jewish people. That's not even like in debate. And for him to like sit there and platform him, and I mean, this is the equivalent of like Ben Shapiro platforming Candace Owens. Mm-hmm. It's the same type of thing. And it's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, at least frankly, it's more ironic in Ben's case because he apparently cares about Jewish issues and stuff. I don't think Matt Lieb cares about Jewish issues at all.
Also, the interview with Bad Empanada wasn't like really old. It wasn't like from October 2023.
No,
it was from a month ago.
No, it just
They
happened.
were just like talking after, if I remember the timeline correctly, after Bad Empanada was banned for 7 days for like trying to portray killing you guys in the video game.
Yep, it was after that.
And Matt Leap was like, okay, here we go, Bad Empanada.
He's like, cool. Hey, you don't want to kill me, right? I'm one of the good Jews you don't want to kill, right? All right. It's like, bro, you have he's such a little scumbag, but he just wants to be accepted so badly. And that's fine. You get a decorated seat at the table there, bud. I feel like I'm missing context of, we talked about him before.
You showed the album with the stories. And then Matt Leap replied.
So he said, in response to this, I'm 100% against anyone calling CPS on YouTubers they don't like. 48 hours after being harassed by Ethan Klein. Bitch, it's not harassment. Grow up. These people are so pathetic.
He can talk about us, but you cannot respond. I always love that.
Bro, you on your show, and I hope you can find this, said that I'm a Jewish supremacist. And then when I call you a piece of shit, call you out, you go, oh, I'm being harassed. Like, how do these people always go to the same pathetic talking points?
I don't know.
How is it harassment that I made a few Insta stories about you, you pathetic fucking worm?
You choose to participate in a Snark Reddit page with your name on it, and then it's a problem that Ethan points it out? I'm sorry.
He interviewed Bad Empanada, bro.
It's disgraceful to participate in a Snark page. It is. And
I think it's
Ethan
disgraceful as
is allowed to point it out.
And also,
and if that's too much for you, maybe get off the internet.
Right.
And
or at least get
maybe don't work for a reputable company like Rhett and Link. You don't deserve to work there.
I was going to say, you don't have to get off the internet, but you should certainly get off that show. Mm-hmm. You know? And I think he should be fired, frankly. And I hope he is fired because he's pathetic and he interviewed basically a terrorist. He sat across from someone who is literally tweeted out he wants to jerk off to fucking the images of dead children from October 7th. Like, do I need to pull up the greatest hits? No.
We might need to because every time things get clipped, I don't know. So maybe it's good to have those moments in there.
All right, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, it's so horrible. It's just
a
show
lot of
people over and over again.
All right, you guys want to know about Bad Empanada? He says he says it's fake, but he's like a maniac. He's a total fucking maniac. And even Hassan says it in the video where he's like, "Oh, I hate Empanada. I'll never bring him on the show." And he's like, he has millions of Twitter accounts. He like obsessively harasses and doxes people. And
he hates him until he started talking about you. And in his own words, Hassan's words, he said, "Bad Empanada turned into good Empanada." It's that shallow for Hassan.
Yeah, well, and Matt Lieb too. And I was going to say it's disgraceful also for a Jewish man to sit across from Bad Empanada.
Absolutely. I mean,
so anyway, he said,
can you show Bad Empanada's comments about when he turned on Hassan?
He says
those were like
liberal.
He like really hated on Jewish people there. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that comment was pretty gross.
Yeah.
I mean, and he also called AB a house slave.
Yeah.
For not quitting.
Yeah.
I guess leaving. Actually, yeah, his comment about Hassan is worth looking at because it was pretty vile, and he can't deny it was him. But anyway, I didn't finish this Matt Lieb quote.
Okay.
I'm 100% against calling CPS on YouTubers they don't like. Okay. So far, so good. 48 hours after being harassed by Ethan Klein. We got to save them kids.
See, like, that is just not okay. Ethan pointing out that you participate in a Snark page under your own name is totally legitimate. You joking about saving our kids is not legitimate. That is not okay. And if you want to pretend like you're morally above us, how are you going to tweet stuff like that? That's just not okay.
Well, that's why he tokenized himself so he can feel special.
Well, you're not special. You're just a snarker, just as bad as all of them.
Yeah.
Does Red and Link approve of that message about
I
taking kids
promise
away?
you they don't.
I would like to know.
I would like to know
their comment on this.
from everything that I could always tell, they're really good people. I promise you, if they see this, they're not okay with that.
Yeah, because they have kids too.
And I wish that somebody would send it to them. I don't have contact with them. I mean,
the problem with tweets like this,
I hope they see it.
They think it's like all fun and games and he's being silly. The problem is CPS actually came to our house, and when you guys justify it with jokes like this, it's creating the environment in which it's okay for people to do this, where they feel like this is acceptable. They go, yeah, he harassed Matt Lieb. I guess it was kind of justified.
No, it's not okay on any level.
By the way, he quote tweeted this. All I said is Matt Lieb is a contributor to the H3-Snark subreddit, the old one and the new one. This is the community responsible for CPS visiting us. He goes, yeah, that's bad, but actually, you know what? They're kind of based and correct.
We also cannot see it in this screenshot, but this tweet that he tweeted, it has like 500,000 views and 8K likes. He's like basically promoting it even more. Like, okay, yeah, CPS was a good call, actually, yeah.
Wait,
that tweet.
Is it still up?
Yeah, it's still up.
Well, send it here. That's the thing too. When you tokenize yourself, especially on Twitter, you get your voice gets amplified. They bring you to the front of the crowd. Look at this good Jewish guy. See, they agree with us.
Okay, Matt Lieb. So, Mr. Good Jewish, I'm a great parent, and I doubt that you really think that our kids should be taken away. So, are you really going to stand by this statement?
He's kidding.
No, you can't joke about CPS.
Well, especially considering they can.
First of all, I don't see what's the joke here, but you can't joke about that. This is not funny, and this is crossing all lines.
Well, especially considering they actually came to our house. So anyway, here he is owning me by saying, actually, you know what, Base, the CPS should visit their house. We got to save them. 400,000 views and 8,000 likes. And I'm sure this guy's a nobody, more or less. Based on his podcast views, I'm just assuming. I can't imagine that he's getting crazy engagement. Oh, look, here he is.
So many Jews.
Wow. This guy's going to talk to me about Jewish issues after sitting across from Bad Empanada. Yesterday, me and my Jewish homies planted ourselves at Hollywood and Highland to demand a ceasefire from Spider-Man and Batman. Oh, because they're on Hollywood. I also want a ceasefire.
I am so proud to be marching with so many Jews.
Yes, the Jews! The Jews are here! Did we mention that? Mm-hmm. Give the Jewish guy the mic.
Gentiles of all ages.
Yes! And of course there are Jews there, right? And Jews are allowed to have different perspectives and stuff, but this man is like the embodiment of a fucking Jewish token. Like, holy fuck. You can't come here and talk about Jewish issues after you just got done sucking off Bad Empanada. Give me a fucking break, bro.
Races. Genders.
He loves that applause. It makes him feel so important and good and righteous.
And nationalities who are brave enough to demand an immediate...
Brave enough to demand a ceasefire? Everybody's asking for a ceasefire. That's not brave. What do you mean? You want to be brave?
What does he think that I want and you want?
He said it. They say, and they want us... We want all Palestinians to die. That's what they say.
Why would anybody think that? When did I ever say anything like that, indicate anything like that? And why would they think that anybody in Israel even wants that? Everybody just wants to move on and be able to live their life. Everybody wants peace. You're not special for wanting peace. You know that, right?
He's brave. Yeah, I love how he
that's like the obvious take.
He's so congratulatory of himself. We are brave enough to come out to cheers and adoration of everybody here.
What is brave is to leave that tweet up. That is brave. I'll say that. About the CPS.
Yeah, that
is brave.
Absolutely, they should see that tweet.
To claim to be some kind of an activist and also be joking about CPS on your Twitter, that's brave.
And by the way, this I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing based on his MO and the timing and everything. I am pretty sure Bad Empanada was involved in the CPS call.
I mean, he's saying he was. I don't know if I should believe a word that comes out of his mouth, but he's saying he was. So,
and then Matt had him on his show. That's fucking epic, bro.
Yeah,
he was for sure involved in agitating for it and promoting it everywhere and talking about it. So yeah,
if it wasn't him, it was his intention. I think was to foment enough excitement that somebody eventually did it.
Brave enough to demand an immediate ceasefire.
Yes, this man is so brave. Just speaking objectively, what is brave about what he's doing right now? He's
Who is
there
he demanding it from?
from question. I don't know.
Okay.
Karen Bassin? I don't know.
I'm
mayor
not
of LA?
speaking to you as a representative of all Jews. I am a bad representative.
Why'd you even say that? It's like, bro, he's playing the token card.
Wait, so
Crazy.
you're saying that Jews don't want ceasefire?
No, he says, I'm not a representative of all Jews because he's probably accused
Yeah,
of being
but
a
so
token.
far all he said that he wants ceasefire, but then that does not represent all Jewish people.
Well, and also the entire crutch of his speech so far after the beginning, the first 30 seconds, is that he's Jewish.
Yeah.
I'm Jewish. Yes, I don't represent all Jewish people, but I am Jewish, and I'm out here with other Jewish people.
I'm the one that wants ceasefire, but not those other Jewish evil people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you think everybody wants, dumbass?
But honestly, that's even defensible. Having bad empanada on is not defensible.
It's not defensible.
Yeah. Like, that's a defensible position. Be like, yeah, I'm Jewish and, you know, whatever. Spend me like a fucking token. It's fine.
I came from a secular family, and
I am not. I am from a secular family. I come in peace.
the closest thing I got to a bar mitzvah is when I was 13, and I one time saw my dad send back soup for not being hot enough.
Yes! Jewish jokes.
Oh, Jewish jokes.
You know, when I was in high school, I used to do a lot of Jewish jokes, self-deprecating Jewish jokes, because it got big laughter. And I felt funny, and I felt validated. But after a certain while, you're like, wait, these people are laughing because these are Jewish stereotypes, and at the root of it is like some prejudice. When you joke about Jews being cheap or Jews sending back soup or whatever the fuck, people are laughing at negative stereotypes, and like that's the cheapest laugh you can get.
Yeah.
As a comedian in high school, I recognized what I was doing, and I stopped. And I almost never will do these Jewish self-deprecating jokes.
You
You'll
were
nev-
able to recognize it at high school.
Yeah, it felt weird, and I felt it was like it was killing every time. It made me suspicious. People were loving it. They were loving the self-deprecating Jewish jokes, and it started to make me feel bad, weird, and bad.
And then when you start doing stuff like that, it then opens the door for other people to say it to you, and then it makes you feel worse.
Yeah,
because
you're
it's
like-
like,
And then when
Totally,
somebody
bro.
else does it and they're not Jewish, it's like, ew.
that's why, yeah.
Ew.
Now, I'm
But-
not saying I've never done Jewish self-deprecating jokes. I'm sure I have here and there, but I consciously almost never go that path. And this is just pathetic, dude. This guy's opening with that shit, bro. I'm a Jewish. Yeah, and also, let me hit you with my favorite Jewish joke right out the gate. Jews are cheap. Are we right?
When does he start talking about how do we get ceasefire?
We're getting there, apparently.
At the cafe
You killed it, bro. What a hack. He's a comedian, by the way.
in
Quote unquote.
the Holocaust Museum. That was the thing that happened.
He gave back soup at the Holocaust Museum.
Wow, you guys, so far you're so brave to be there and tell jokes and just
And the
get
Holocaust
applauded.
Museum.
Really brave.
Don't get me started on the Holocaust Museum. More like the Museum of Lies. Actually, that's funnily not even... This guy's so fucked.
Very embarrassing for me as I watched the Gentiles.
Bro, we're literally halfway through.
Yeah,
and
we're
all you've
halfway
talked
through.
about is being Jewish.
Just talking about himself.
Like, talk about... What the hell?
Look at each other.
He's gonna
seeing
give them
this
his
old
business
man-
card at the end. Make sure to follow me
I'll be open mic
for
later
more
tonight.
material.
Yeah, I'm the funny Jew. Like, follow me on Instagram, funny Jew, not Zionist in parentheses.
Stay brave, everybody.
Stay brave, y'all. I didn't even mean to watch this. This is just what he pinned, so I was kind of curious what the fuck it was.
Should we move on to
Yeah,
your
that's it.
stuff?
I mean, if I've done like Jewish jokes about like, usually when I do it, it's with other Jewish people. That's where I find that I feel comfortable doing it. Like, I was doing it with Steiny.
Yeah.
When Steiny was here, we were doing like Jewish shtick with each other.
Right.
Because that's
You're
a joke
both-
that we can share. It's in the
yeah.
family, right?
Yeah.
Which is funny because I remember seeing posts on Snark of people being like, oh, really? Look how anti-Semitic Ethan is doing Jew jokes with Steiny. I'm like,
Yeah.
you people are so lost. So yeah, me doing Jewish jokes on a comedy podcast versus him going out to a protest on the soapbox, doing Jew jokes to a bunch of people protesting Israel is not it.
Different vibes for sure.
The vibes are not the same.
Screaming about soup and wondering if it was a test. At that moment, I became a man. I do not represent all Jews. No single person represents all Jews, as no single state represents all Jews.
This is another weird thing.
Oh my
Israel
God.
Israel. This is a lie that I see Hassan and people pander. They say that Israel's going to war on behalf of Judaism. They have never, I don't believe that that's ever been stated. And I don't think Israel ever explains that it's like, I think Israel says it's a place where Jews can go. I don't think that Israel said they represent all Jews. I don't think that's a stance. We're like, hey, displacing Palestinians is all Jewish people. Like, I just don't understand that comparison.
Again, I just love that this is a guy that grew up in LA telling me about
I mean, your family
Israel.
fled from fucking persecution in Arab countries. And
Israel is more diverse than everything you've probably ever seen. But yeah, it's
I don't know that he grew up in LA. I don't know, unless he said that.
Let's see.
But
I was born just outside of Los Angeles 34 years ago
Calabasas?
and grew up in the rough, tumble streets of just outside of Culver City,
ooh,
West LA.
West LA. Those are tough stomping grounds.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the guy that's here to tell me about how Israel is doesn't represent only Jewish people.
That's what I've noticed. A lot of people like him, they have no they don't understand why, what Israel has done for the refugees around the world that had nowhere else to go. Like, this guy's straight up one state. You know what I mean? Like, as radical as you get.
Especially not the state of Israel.
Israel never claimed to represent all Jews.
Possibly New
Literally
Jersey,
shadow boxing.
though. That is why I'm here. I am tired of Israel claiming to represent me.
They have never claimed to represent
never
you,
claimed
but
to
they're shadow
represent
boxing, bitch. Actually, try to make a point that doesn't revolve around you being Jewish. Okay, are you capable of doing that, or is that
When
your
is he
whole
getting
identity?
to the point about how do we get the peace to happen?
That doesn't come up. It's just about him being a righteous Jew.
My family, my friends, my pets.
My pets are bar mitzvahs, so talk to the hand, biatch.
My existence is inextricably linked to their existence. The existence
Unlink,
of
brother.
the Jewish people.
Let's unlink.
Oh, 3 hours ago.
I don't want to be linked to you.
Oh, he's trying to get ahead of the episode. Lol, he got mad that I looked too hot in the thumbnail and changed it. Well, let's be fair. You definitely don't look like that.
I know what he's referring to. That's funny.
Let's be fair, bro. I've seen what you look like. That's more accurate. Let's be real. I mean, come on, dog. I don't know where you got this picture, love.
Okay, you're gonna laugh. That's like a profile picture. What's it called when you take photos for LinkedIn? It's like
Professional, like a headshot.
Yeah, headshot. It was an official headshot he put
Okay.
out. So I was like, let me find something.
This
from
dude
his
really
podcast.
thinks he's Esteban.
The new one is from his podcast recently, so it's still him.
Yeah, it's more accurate.
Honestly, the first one, I wouldn't know that that's him.
Right. That's why I changed
Yeah.
it mainly because when it was small, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, this is Matt Lieb, everybody who works for Good Mythical Morning. What a fucking piece of shit, weirdo, freak, little token boy is he. And I can call him Token because, I mean, he's like, hey guys, I'm the Token. Anyone want to hear some Jew jokes? Gather around. My grandfather once returned soup. Have you guys heard about the new Jewish car? It turns on a dime and then picks it up.
Let's talk about it. So, do you want to see
was pretty
the
good.
comments from the
That is
GMM?
one of my favorites.
That's pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah. Do y'all want to know why Jews have big noses? Anyone want to take a guess? Anybody? Because air is free. I'm live all week, folks. Check me out. I'm the token Jew, not Zionist. The dumbass bitch loser. I'm happy to see that people are tuning in. Oh yeah, on that episode with Matt Lieb on it. I'm actually really happy to see people were voicing their concern about him being there. Bad Empanada was one of them. He said, "Trust the plan. I am control. I'm in control." With some computer language that doesn't mean anything as far as I know.
Okay.
Maybe get Bad Empanada tomorrow. Letter's going to comment this. Please watch the latest H3 video and do your own research on your employees. Is that a Hamas supporter? I'm sad to say, but I don't think I continue supporting. Got it, blah, 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 yada, yada. I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you, everybody.
I'm very proud of you guys. He absolutely should be fired. I can't believe you're trying to get him fired from his job.
In my hot take, I don't think he necessarily should be fired, but just don't put him on the air anymore.
I think he should be fired.
Don't put him on his
disagree.
show.
I think it should be fired.
When you sit down with Bad Empanada and joke about...
Personally, I'm a fan of the show, and it's always been so wholesome, so family
friendly. We're friendly with them, those two guys.
I don't think he represents the show, and I don't think it's good for the show to be associated with somebody like this. I don't.
Yeah,
even in what he does in his private life, being on their show is bad enough. But once again, sitting across from Bad Empanada disqualifies you from working at fucking Good Mythical Morning, period.
In my opinion, I think if Reddit Link got CPS calling them and one of us were celebrating it, I think we would be fired. We're just like, yeah, I'm glad that happened.
I would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
There are lines that cannot be crossed.
Yeah, and oh, you're... I told you guys, I'm not playing fucking clean anymore. Anyone that supports this shit, anyone that supports this even a little bit is coming down, is going down as much as I can take it. I'm in the dirt. I'm fighting. There's no prisoners anymore. Fuck Matt Lieb. Get fired, bitch. Loser.
And I saw some people argue that it's outside of work and got fired for it. There was a history 4 years ago where someone from GMM got fired for tweeting about John Krasinski, I believe. And she got
Unabomber?
No, he's the actor from The Office and The Quiet Place.
Wait, don't they have a super similar name?
I mean, I get it.
Wait,
yeah,
what did they say about Jim Halpert?
I think she was saying that she was gonna. I don't recall the comments, but I do recall that she talked bad about them. She got fired over that. Like, it was a little too much. It was inappropriate.
If they have this history, then for sure I agree that they should follow the same flow with firing other people for harassing people.
I don't think it's unusual to fire people for stuff they do off the job. It happens all the time.
Yeah, it is unusual, but it's also...
We updated our thumbnail.
Yeah, I got you, Matt. I'm sorry about the mix-up.
His mouth looks crazy, too, like he just finished a pie or some shit. He just burned his mouth on a hot pie.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Oh, this was from our... Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Here's Matt Lieb.
Allowing for it.
Watching with Frogan. By the way, after the Sabra tier list that anyone of sane mind knows was like deeply anti-Semitic, he brought her on his show to run defense for her. Once again, as the token Jew. As a Jew, I personally think it's ridiculous that he was offended. It's like, can you just share an opinion without starting as a Jew, you fucking pathetic tokenized bitch?
Allowing for it, because at the end of the day, and this is not uncommon, it's not just him, but, the value of human life here goes far in favor of the loves Sabra category, if you know what I mean. Like,
by the way, simultaneously, by the way,
so does it mean what we think it means?
Yes.
Or does it not?
He's simultaneously
can we pick?
Agreeing that they use Sabra to represent Jewish people while saying, as a Jew, I'm not offended, while also saying that I'm a Jewish supremacist and I value Jewish life more than Palestinian life.
Loves Sabra category, if you know what I mean. Like, for him specifically, it's like, it's Jews are the more worthy of the land,
Based on what? You don't know what you're talking about.
This is the first time I heard of this guy.
That is not what people think.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, first of all,
you're a white guy
how
from
dare
LA.
you? How dare you say that about me? Like, based on what? That's fucking insane.
That is
of
not
course I don't
what we
believe that.
think, and that is not what people in Israel think.
Some
we
do.
all.
I mean, there's
some.
radicals everywhere.
Yeah, fine.
Not the majority.
There is
not,
some.
I know people say that. Not
I
the
don't
majority.
care. Yes, there is some of this and some of that everywhere.
The majority do not think that in Israel, for sure.
The majority is that we all respect each other there.
Yeah, that's just unacceptable to say that. And well, he's a piece of shit and he should be fired. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you guys continue to reach out and let him know that we ain't good with all that business.